Just getting the power to the gates. That won't be too far from happening. It's there now and they're racing. And a little slow was Patrice, but it quickly made ground after missing the start by a half a length, and Purpose has gone out the back. And after being a little tardy, Patrice is going to circle the field and take over now through the end of 200 metres. On the inside was Never Die. Bocky's running third, and 3 lengths away last of the 4 is Patrice, or rather Purpose. Running past the 400 metre mark, and the leader is Patrice by a length over Never Die, and Bocky third, and Purpose is a length and a half away last as they round the last turn, and Sam Wynn has Patrice a good horse and a half away from the inside. Out by a head over Never Die, who quickly railed through inside of Patrice. 2 lengths away, Bocky and Purpose. They're going to run a solid last furlong here. Never Die's ahead in front of Patrice. It's Never Die in front, and Never Die half a neck. Never Die has beaten Patrice about 3 or 4 lengths away. Third, Bocky and Purpose last of the 4. Set to run. A well-behaved lot they were for a stack of unnames in the field too, and they're racing, and the unnamed by King's Chapel just beat out the unnamed by Captain Rio. Flash Choice is running third on the inside, and a length away Nimbus Flight, and a further length and a half to Spartacus. Down next to the inside is the unnamed by Eustonov, and a length away is the unnamed by My Halo, and 3 or 4 lengths to Elephant and Castle. Flash Choice leads by a head over the unnamed King's Chapel, and Nimbus Flight and the White Jacket third, and the unnamed Captain Rio has got a beautiful passage through when the unnamed by King's Chapel went bush at the turn. 4 lengths away, Spartacus under the whip it was until KC dropped it. On its inside was the unnamed by Eustonov. 120 to go, and the unnamed by Captain Rio put it to Nimbus Flight and went by it from Flash Choice. It's the unnamed by Captain Rio out of She's a Sport getting away to score by 3/4. The unnamed by Captain Rio first, Nimbus Flight second, Flash Choice third, and fourth in was the unnamed by Eustonov, and then came the unnamed 3. In the middle was the My Halo runner, the inside Spartacus, and the outside King's Chapel, who went wide at the turn, and Elephant Castle was the last one in. They're ready to go. They're racing. And a little slow to go, a couple of them, as you'd understand after standing there for a good 4 or 5 minutes at least. And Bottle Queen and also Slick Nickel were the 2 that were slow to move. Latin Saints going to lead at the 600 metre mark over the unnamed filly by Sand Trap, and third on the inside as Fields Afar. The filly by Gonski is a length away fourth, and about 5 lengths to Bottle Queen, and about the same to Slick Nickel. Late scratchings of 2 Black Stockings and 3 Fly Me to the Moon. Inside the 350 metre mark now, and Latin Saint leads by a couple of lengths over Fields of Far. Green Jacket the rail just being shaded by the unnamed filly by Gonski, and in 4 spots the unnamed filly by Sand Trap, but Latin Saint is the leader with 120 to go. The filly by Gonski's trying hard, but Latin Saint's doing it too well for Terry Mosley, and Latin Saint won it by a couple, has beaten the unnamed filly by Gonski, and third the unnamed filly by Sand Trap. In 4th spot was Fields Afar, and then came Bottle Queen and Slick Nickel. Late scratchings of 2 Black Stockings and 3 Fly Me to the Moon. That is race number 3. And number 20, Latin Saint is the winner. Terry Mosley for Jan Hay beats the 18. The unnamed filly by Gonski out of Gimme a Wink. Lee Calloway for Daniel Champion and Kizia Murphy. And number 4 will be third, the filly by Sandtrap out of Oh So Precious. Chen Hai Yong and John and Karen Parsons. 20, 18 and 4 will be the placings following the third heat. Puzzled, the unnamed by Danro drawn the inside. Racing, not a bad start. A little slow to go was the unnamed by Costa de Lago, and the unnamed by Scaredy Cat's going to lead. On its inside is the unnamed by Coach Choice, and a length away third, Chappelle Dior. 2 further back is the unnamed by Dan Road. Then came the filly by Darcy Brahma. And 2 further lengths away, Puzzled, who's very green and veering towards the centre of the track. It goes back to last now as the unnamed by Costa de Lago went through inside of it. About 400 metres left to go, and the unnamed gelding by Scaredy Cats in control by a length over Chappelle Dior. On the inside is the unnamed by Coach Choice, and 2 further lengths to the unnamed by Dan Road. It's this gelding though by Scaredy Cat out by a head. On its outside though, Chappelle Dior has ranged up to it, and then came the unnamed by Coach Choice. It's Chappelle Dior though, and Chappelle Dior in by about a half a length over the unnamed by Scaredy Cat. Third in was the unnamed colt by Coach Choice, and then came the unnamed gelding by Dan Road. The Darcy Brahma filly next in from Puzzled, and the unnamed colt by Costa de Lago was the last one home. Emerald Queen drawn the inside, and they're racing. Just a little slow was the Unnamed Filly by Gold Mine, and the first to jump out was Full of Fuel, and the Unnamed Gelding by Elusive City right on the speed. Costalot's just a little wide and a length away third from the fillies. The Unnamed by Pins inside of the Unnamed by Gold Mine, and a length and a half to Emerald Queen back at the tail end. About 450 metres left to go, and Full of Fuel and the Unnamed Gelding by Elusive City share the lead. A length and a half away third is the Unnamed Filly by Pins inside of Costalot, and a length away to the filly by Gold Mine. And Emerald Queen's a length and a half away last and sticking to the rail. Into the straight they come, and the Gelding by Elusive City leads by neck over Full of Fuel. One goes for the whip on it. Costalot was wider out, and then came the Unnamed Filly by Pins, but it's the Gelding by Elusive City out of Shades of Silk in front. Costalot comes at it, they hit the line, won't get there. And the Unnamed Gelding by Elusive City out of Shades of Silk has won. Second goes to Costalot, and third will go to Full of Fuel. And then came the filly by Pins and Emerald Queen and the Unnamed Filly by Gold Mine.